We are often hurt by our own family, by friends, colleagues and trusted relatives, and then our glass hearts are broken. There are girls who are betrayed by their boyfriends and even think about committing suicide, feel that they have devoted a lot, but in return is only the indifference and betrayal of the other side, always feel that what they do is never reciprocated properly. This is a type of disease called emotional spillover syndrome. What I say may be hard to hear, especially not easy to absorb. So remember to watch to the end to grasp. Ancient education greets you and you many people because they focus too much on emotions, always want to express devotion to others. You yourself expressing devotion is also a thing, but the problem is that you also demand that others also express devotion like you. When they do not do so, you immediately collapse. A lot moral reprimand, always use tears and saliva to curse the other side like ungrateful, indifferent, meaningless traitor makes himself feel like he has saved his ancestors. 18th generation said, as if I have been so good to you, how can you treat me like this? What is the problem here? The problem is that they have never asked you to be devoted to them. It is just you being sentimental and self-judging and hoping that others will respond, otherwise you will be hurt and sad. Isn't this the behavior of children creating a family game in their heads? Why did you give me a candy? You want me to give you two back. If you don't give it, you will cry and denounce to the whole world that I am heartless and meaningless. The problem is who told you to give me a candy? Isn't it because you volunteered yourself? For example, some bosses also encounter this problem, such as Truong Tam. When he first came to the company, he was just a rookie. The boss single-handedly trained him to become an outstanding talent. When he became capable, he came to the boss and asked for a raise. The boss immediately collapsed and went everywhere saying Truong Tam was too selfish. He has today because I single-handedly dug him up. Now, not only ungrateful, I still dare to demand I am a traitor. In reality, such bosses are still not mature together, see through the plots behind the first male and female feelings, believe in feelings, suffer a lifetime. You talk about feelings with people around you, you will find they talk about money with you. When you do not talk about feelings but only work, you will see everyone around you talk about feelings except parents. All other feelings are a performance. You only need to provide enough benefits. Others will not be tired you are hurt by. Others do not blame anyone, blame yourself for not seeing. See through. You look at people with depression who are not hurt by family, friendship, love. Do not waste time doubting other people's feelings for you, because the result will disappoint you, because everyone who talks about feelings with you revolves around their own interests. Sometimes even your parents do. Why do they want you to get married soon? Because they want to hug porridge soon to make themselves happy. Why do they want you marry a husband near home? Because they can rely on you for everything. Why did they give birth to you? Also because they themselves are happy. You ask yourself, did you give birth to children because your children are happy, or are you happy yourself? If it is because your children are happy, please ask. If you asked for their opinion, did you accidentally bring them into this world because of your own comfort? A practitioner told me that her husband treated her very badly, but her parents did not let her divorce because it would embarrass the family. You see, sacrificing the happiness of her daughter's life just to not embarrass yourself. Then your mouth said, we do everything for your benefit. Remember, all those who say I do everything for your benefit are essentially for their own benefit. Family, friendship, love are all like that second. Believe in love that hurts a lifetime. Does a man have true love? Do not be naive towards men and say that a wife is worse than a concubine. A concubine is worse than a lover. A lover is worse than those who are not lovers. Every man has aspirations. There are many concubines, and every woman has a beautiful dream of exclusively owning a certain man. The nature of men liking the new and getting bored with the old is their nature. The clothes that you used to like are now thrown away. Must not eat delicious food, then eat every day. Do you get bored? Marriage is actually against human nature, because human nature is to like new, hate old, greed, insatiable. How can you only love one person for life? The scary thing is that you still believe in love until now. When getting married, people should not say things like whether poor or rich, I will never leave you, that kind of tasteless words, but should say I will fight against my ego instinct to resist and love you forever. Sounds funny, right? Even the most beautiful woman over a long period of time will feel bland, because facing the nature of liking new, hate, see insatiable greed of human beings to avoid being hurt in love. The core is don't invest all your feelings in one person. Always follow the MC. Think about your feelings. If you see you have invested 100 degrees, be brave to reduce the temperature. 60 degrees too cold, 100 degrees too hot, 80 degrees to protect yourself. If you love someone very much, learn to subtract. Find a few other friends. Transfer part of your feelings to other people. Look at some flowers. Have your own interests. Try not to put your feelings into living things, because living things will change, will die. Then you will be sad and miserable unceasing. For example, you raise a dog and love it very much, then you have already determined to suffer, because dogs will definitely one day lose, will get sick, will die, and the level of change in humans is 10,000 times more serious than dogs. You dare to love someone deeply. Do you know how dangerous that is? When a man clearly doesn't love you, doesn't suggest breaking up or divorce, that person says he loves you, but behind your back does things that hurt you. In reality, he doesn't love you. He just doesn't want to lose the foolish woman who loves him while enjoying your love. He still thinks he deserves someone better. This is called typical of riding a donkey to find a horse. It's just that his current conditions don't allow him to throw away this donkey, but when the conditions are ripe, he will raise both the donkey and the donkey horse. Work for him, the horse takes him sightseeing. So wake up, don't be blinded by feelings anymore. Third, believe in a lover. Sad for a lifetime. Someone asked me, do men really love their lovers? I replied to her, do you know what a lover is? It's a type of relationship that cannot be made public. Don't dare to bring it to light. Don't dare to let others know. A type of secret relationship. Men looking for lovers are all because of loneliness and emptiness. There is no such thing as real love. Men are just pursuing desire, just want to sleep for free, all just to solve physiological needs. This type of love chases the excitement and novelty of being secretive. What the most important thing is not to take any responsibility. He doesn't love you. He just hates being tied down in marriage and a lover relationship. He doesn't have to care about anything. He doesn't have to take responsibility. Men won't take the initiative to break up with you. They're afraid you'll just be jealous. They'll slowly become cold to you, making you tired. When men have an affair, they only have two states: never and countless times. So don't expect this type of man to be faithful to you. Women who are emotionally trapped always say that men are cruel in extramarital relationships. They only want to satisfy their physical desires. There's no real emotional investment here. I have to defend men with one sentence. Actually, men are both profound and long-lasting. It's just that they're more rational because they can love their lover deeply but only have long-term love for their wife. In fact, this state of mind is very contradictory because he craves your love. But he also wants your love to be stable. You can cling to him, but you can't. Affect his family, you can love deeply, but do not affect his marriage. To say more cruelly, when I am free, I will be by your side. When I am busy, you also have to endure. If unfortunately become someone else's lover, then what? Don't hope for true love. Learn how to use a man's resources. If the man has status and position, use his relationship. First, earn a large sum for yourself. When the day of separation really comes, you will not be empty-handed and have nothing of your own, but everything can be used except survival and benefits. Other things in this life are not a problem, especially love. Nah, it is just a game between men, and women play for fun. Who told you to be serious? Real experts are in love without being moved. You look at successful businessmen, most of them can easily retreat in love affairs, but most women easily distance themselves and cannot free themselves. This is because not grasp the purpose and measure correctly, or in other words, too little experience. When a woman is difficult to move, then congratulations, you have reached the pinnacle of life, because the masters all use emotions without letting emotions dominate. Why Wu Zetian can become a queen of a lifetime? Because she does not love men, she only uses men. This is called no desire. Will be strong. So women should be independent. Who loves, who suffers, who is moved, who is heartbroken. Next, listen carefully. I will talk about 3 methods to help foolish men and resentful women escape the sea of love suffering. Number 1, do not expect feelings from anyone. Men's judgmental love is often because women are beautiful. Women's deep love is often because men have money. You are not unlucky with women. You are not rich. Many men are hurt by women. Very painful, actually. The pain of you are not because of that woman, but because of your wallet. You are not strong enough to find more women. A man does not lack women. How can he be hurt, you ask? If a person like Ronaldo is often hurt by feelings, a person is hurt by something is because he values it too much. Why do you value it? Because you are too needy. That is the nature of people who value feelings too much. Life will not easily trust in the end. Dependent, remembering the past in just a moment can make you suffer with no way out. This life, all the depression and loneliness are basically due to lack of money and lack of love. But lack of love is essentially lack of money. It is an external thing, can have or not. Money is a necessary thing you cannot help but want. A student asked me what to do when my girlfriend broke up with me. What method should I use to win her back? I really don't know what to say. I said, why are you chasing women? You should chase your career. When you conquer your career, you will naturally have a bunch of women pursue you. This is simple, but unfortunately many men do not understand this. A man in the heart still lingers love, shallow sea, searching for that man. This life is no longer of great benefit. All people who do great things must have a characteristic that is extremely rational. Does not matter what your other half is like. You just work hard to earn money is yours to manage. Whatever she does, all relationships will end. Only your wallet is trustworthy. You know why poor people will grow old together? Not because they do not have capital to change the other side. Women are not enough. Charm, feel. Men are promiscuous men. power is too weak. Feel women are pragmatic. Some people go further away from you not because you did something wrong, but because they do not need you anymore. Past, they communicate with you frankly, just a relationship of interest, but you consider it as love. If a woman tells you, I do not care, you do not have money, I am not the kind of pragmatic woman, you do not have money, I still love you like that, you just need to listen, don't believe. Definitely don't believe these words said just like you say. She's fat, ugly, sloppy, I still love you like that is the same meaning. In principle, moral about reason, everyone can grit their teeth and say that they still love like that, but the body and eyes are very sincere. You can't lie to yourself. What is the premise of fidelity in marriage? Is the problem of being able to satisfy each other or not? The core nature of the marriage system is to serve social development, provide a stable workforce, not because of love. Marriage law has never required people to get married. Because of love, it's just that people think marriage is a necessary result of love. The value of marriage is to integrate resources. Marrying the wrong person and not marrying anyone is not the core nature of marriage. New economy is why when in love it's beautiful, but after getting married it's not beautiful anymore, because when in love can satisfy each other, then can be loyal forever. Far. So I say a man is always in the process of development if the female side cannot keep up being eliminated is just a matter of time. A woman is always developing if the man does not develop. Being eliminated is also inevitable. What is the relationship between men and women? Essentially is the relationship between trees and vines. Men are trees, women are vines. If the tree is big, but the vine is not big, then this tree will be wrapped by other vines. If the vine is big, but the tree is not big, that vine will wrap around another tree. That is the law of nature. Currently, the problem of men cheating is considered serious, but women cheating is less so. What is the root cause of Hong Nan's appearance? Can you blame them? It's just that your wall is too low. When you reach a higher level, higher ability, higher wealth, can they get out? They want to get out but can't because of the low height of the base. Don't say vines, even sweet potato vines can climb out. The center of the family is not love, emotional but economic. When your money is not enough, you absolutely do not need to care too much about the relationship between husband and wife. Family affection in addition to familiar affection, you just need to focus on your business. Remember to use money to talk about feelings with them will be more effective than you use words to express your feelings with them. Do not make yourself too sentimental. What they need basically is not you, but your money. Number 2, do not expect morality from anyone. Increase national official. Number 1, at the end of the Tang dynasty, whether in behavior or work, knowledge or qualities are completely worthy of being an example for posterity, but in reality, when he first started to be an official, he did not do very well, and almost met with unkind eyes everywhere in the court because he not only limited himself with morality but also had very high expectations of the morality of others. Other officials just needed to make a little mistake in his working style. He would sue them in front of the emperor. Today, he would sue this person, and tomorrow, he would sue that person, causing almost everyone to dislike him. He even gathered together to oppose him. Zhang Guiyuan was extremely resentful at that time, not understanding why he was full of integrity, cleanliness, and innocence. But in the end, he was made to walk a difficult path. After that, He began to self-examine himself and finally understood the Taoist ideology of extremely soft, not very soft, extremely hard, not hard. From there, he built a life principle of using the softest thing in the world to control the hardest thing. Everything only needed good results. The process had some mistakes and loopholes. It didn't matter how other people worked and their methods. Even though it was hard for him to accept, he wouldn't interfere. If someone intentionally made things difficult for him, he would be patient. If someone stabbed him in the back, as long as it wasn't a fatal injury, he wouldn't investigate and heal himself and ignore it. He didn't expect morality from anyone, just focused on helping the emperor solve long-term difficulties. Then people discovered that Tang Quoc Phien had changed, no longer this annoying hedgehog, and that the enemy also gradually disappeared, and his trust and prestige in the eyes of the emperor were gradually built. When you understand that human nature is selfish, every action and word of everyone revolves around personal interests. You will naturally let go. As long as you expect morality from others, you will definitely be hurt. Men say, "I will love you for life." Women say, "Even if I am poor and sick, I will never leave my children. When I grow up, I will definitely be filial to my parents." Employees say, "I will forever be grateful to my boss." The boss says, "You will always be my brother." If you believe these words, you will soon be hurt in front of those interests. They are all fairy tales. If not, it is because the interests are not big enough. I am not telling you not to talk about morality, but not to expect others to treat you morally. People only have morality with themselves. Use morality to bind yourself, not bind others to have morality. That is true morality. Using morality to force others to have morality with you is unethical. Number 3, don't always want to build yourself a facade of being a good person. Yesterday, a friend called me to say that his brother-in-law had previously borrowed $50 million to do business. Then his father-in-law was seriously ill. He had to pay tens of millions of hospital bills alone. After his father-in-law passed away, he asked his mother-in-law and brother-in-law if this medical expense should be split in half the result. Was his mother-in-law scolded him, saying that the son-in-law was too cold spending money on his father-in-law, and still calculating. He went home and told his wife the result. His wife also blamed him. Why was he so stingy? My brother can't make money doing business as a son. In-law, could it be that my father isn't your father? After hearing that, he was completely confused. Why was the money I paid for, but the one being scolded was me? A few days later, he thought about it and decided that for the medical expenses he would pay himself, but the money he lent his brother-in-law to do business he had to pay back. So he told his wife, "Tell your mother and brother that the money for medicine is for you to take care of. But the $50 million that your brother borrowed before to do business must be paid back to you." After hearing that, your wife got angry and scolded you. You only think about money. Isn't your brother your brother? Now that he's having a hard time making money and can't make money, you still ask for money. Is that what a human thing to do? The two of you argued until evening. The phone went from mother-in-law to mother-in-law scolding you. Don't worry. This old woman will pay you back even if she has to sell her blood. Don't force my son anymore. I've married my daughter to you for so many years. A few tens of millions is not worth it. Your friend completely collapsed that night, calling me to ask me how to solve it. I said, for money, I'll cut off contact with the whole family. He said, how can I do it? After all, it's a family. If they don't take any more money, that's fine. But now the whole family says I'm stingy and have opinions about me. What should I do to make them no longer have opinions about me? I said, why do you have to make them have no opinions? With him, you want to show yourself as a good person in the eyes of others so much. Why aren't you tired? Why does he say that family relationships are very important and must maintain good relationships between family members? But I see that he is too immersed, so I give my opinion. In reality, many people are entangled in love, bound by family relationships, by the desire to always be a good person. As a result, they are tired but do not receive any compliments. The reason is very simple. Those who consider you good, even if you are good 10 times, not good 5 times, they still think you are good. But for those who consider you bad, even if you are good 100 times, you cannot fix that one bad thing in their eyes. So what should you do? Don't try to change their view of you. Stay away from them. Be tougher on them. You are not a good person to everyone, even to your family. I never like to claim to be a good person, because if you are not good once, all your previous good things will be crossed out by them, saying that you are a bad person in their eyes, so when you are good once, they will feel. It is a surprise. Most people are sad because they have given but not received a corresponding reward, so the best way is not to give anything like that. Even if they curse me, I am not sad. The most frightening thing is that I have given but still get cursed, besides my parents, with anyone. I am good to you once, you respond well to me. I can be your best friend. I am good to you once, you do not respond. I can be your distant friend. I am good to you once, you do not respond, you even curse me behind my back. Block me no matter who. People bully the weak. The strong are afraid of the weak, even your loved ones. Don't waste time maintaining meaningless relationships. Spend time becoming stronger.